Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. It is November 4th, Tuesday, Election Day here in America, 2014, where we get to choose between our next set of gangsters in Congress and the Senate. We get a vote for Satan or Lucifer, Republican or Democrat, your choice. Exciting choices. Of course, we all know the elections are rigged, so it's really pointless to vote anymore. But anyway, the title of this video is going to be, will there be a false flag November 9th, 2014 to crash the stock market? And I don't know the answer to that, but I want to point out some things that I've been thinking about. This is the latest post that I'm going on, and there will be another video there. Since I did this particular screenshot, the market has obviously went down and come back up and did some really crazy rallies. But what I want to point out to you here is a fake print that I talked about here. And we have hit it yesterday. And that is, I'm scrolling down here to show you, right here. We hit this fake print to the letter. 202.45. We hit that yesterday, Monday. You have to forgive me, I've got a cold here, so if my voice sounds a little rough, just ignore it. So the cold weather's setting in here. So anyway, I speculated at this time when I seen this fake print on September the 19th, I believe. Yes, the day of the high. When I seen that fake print, I thought that we would go down and then go back up and then go back down again. Meaning I thought we would, go down to that 1800 and some level that we went to and then back up for a bounce, a 50% retracement, then back down again to like 1700 or something to where we would finally then start a rally and then we'd hit this 202.45 fake print somewhere in 2015, early maybe January or something. I had no idea that what was going to happen was this. So when we got the fake print, it was here in this area, 2018 area. That's when we got the fake print. We sold off. I thought we was going to come up, have a bounce, then back down again to 1700 or something, then rally up. And what happened instead was the biggest rally, the fastest rally, I guess, in, I don't know if it's stock market history, but it's been a long time. Everybody said it's never rallied that fast, that many points, that big a percentage move up from the bottom in such a short time. And it literally took about 2 weeks to rally this far up, which is just absolutely insane. So we hit this hit fake print 2024.15. Well, that happens to be exactly, I mean exactly 202.45 on the SPY to the T. I mean, absolutely nailed it. And then we've started to sell off since then. So where are we right now? We are, as you can see, we're massively overbought here on the 60-minute chart, ready to roll over. You can see here on the histogram bars that they are going lower and lower and lower, and it looks like it's ready to go negative at any point. Then you look at this on the daily chart, same thing. You can see it is quite overbought up here at on these full stochastics, up in the 80 range, ready to roll over again. Everything says that we probably, most likely, put in a high. Very overbought here on the MACDs. So we're ready to start selling off. It is the perfect time to do it. You elect the next set of gangsters when the market is up, and then you tank it afterwards. Now you're probably wondering, why am I talking about November 9th? Well, the reason for that is this. Let's see here. Not this one, not this one. Okay. Back, let's see if this one is it. I'm trying to find it here for you folks. Sorry about that. Back when I did the post prior to this one, we'll go with that while it's doing it, called Global Currency Reset or Stock Market Crash or both. We've talked about Christine Lagarde many times in other posts. I've talked about it. She's telling us many things, and it's up to us to interpret it. Now, on this particular post, I talked about what she said and her occultic message, talking about numerology. We speculated that it might be on July 16th. That was a Bradley turn date, and 1 + 6 = 7, and of course the 7th month is July. The year itself, 2014, adds up to a 7, so that'd be a 777. We speculated on that. That was wrong. So that did not produce a top. So, you know, we had our top on September 19th. But I went back and looked at some of the things that she said and referenced some of the things that she said and seen what's come true so far. And so I had all these notes here of things that she said. And some of these have already been done. Down at the very bottom, a stress test will be done in 2014. Recently, I guess a week or two back, they did announce that they would be doing a stress test on the banks. And so that part has come true, that they're doing a stress test in the banks. They also talked about tapering will have to be very well timed. Well, of course, you know, the QE3 program is gone now. It ended in October. There's no more of it. It's over with, as far as here in America. Now, some of the other things that she talks about, she says, things that really pointed out to me, central banks will have to undo what they have done, and removing the threat of debt ceiling. I still haven't put those together yet, but one of them that really points out to me is the crisis still lingers. It will not happen randomly. That simply means we know the stock market is rigged. It's planned. They've got the date set already for the crash. They know exactly the day it's going to top. It's all set in advance. Everything is. It's 100% rigged. But one of the things that really stands out is it will not be without downside risk and significant ones. Now, I honestly don't think the move we've had so far in the stock market, down about 10%, is what you'd call significant risk to the downside. It just does not feel like Christine Lagarde would mention a small 10% pullback. That's not really what I think they're talking about. I think they're talking about a much bigger drop that's yet to come. Now, we're speculating here, and this is pure speculation. I get why she announced that 2014 is a magical year because 2 + 0 + 1 + 4 = 7. I get where she announced 100th anniversary of the First World War in 1914, and here it is 2014, 100 years later. And of course, we all know they are trying to start another war, but they have to do a false flag somewhere to blame it on some innocent person or innocent country so they could go over there and kill them all. I don't understand why she pointed a reference to the 70th anniversary of the Bretton Woods Conference that gave birth to the IMF. I don't see the significance of her mentioning that. I do get why she mentioned the 7th anniversary of the financial jitters. And again, her focus on the number 7. We're 7 years past it. You know, you had the 2000 top, you had the 2007 top. Are you saying that there's going to be another top here in 2014 before a significant move down? And again, she's talking about significant ones down. The crisis still lingers. It will not happen randomly. All these things. But the one that kind of threw me off was the 25th anniversary of the Berlin Wall. Why is that even important? I had no idea why that was important. I went back and looked at this post. It's not the current post we're on, but it's a previous post. And I looked up the destruction date. It was November 9th, 1989. Okay, November 9th. What's important about November 9th? Well, it was the fall, hence the word fall, of the Berlin Wall. 25th anniversary. I guess 2 plus 5 equals 7. I get that part, but why even mention that? Unless the code word here that she's trying to put out is it's the fall of the stock market. Not the fall of the Berlin Wall, but the fall of the stock market. Maybe, just possibly. This is all speculation, guessing. And she's saying after November 9th of this year, 2014, which is a Sunday, by the way, that the market will start falling hard. That is pure speculation, of course, on my part. But it's something I did want to point out. That is a possibility of what might happen. I really, I don't know. Again, it is speculation. But obviously, if you take that backwards, 9 November's 11th month, you could go 9/11. You could go backwards and say, hey, there's another 9/11 false flag event, maybe, and it causes another war, a world war. I don't think that's going to happen. This is all speculation. But the way the market's looking right now, there is a possibility of a big move down coming right after the elections. Now, if they were to throw in a false flag at the same time, that could get pretty serious. And that is possible that they could do something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to look for something else. There was, you guys remember the Simpson clock. As you know, the Simpson clock, I don't know where I put it here. The Simpson clock. The Simpson clock, as some of you guys remember, pointed out the, okay, there's that again, which we can close up. Here's this again. The Simpson clock pointed out the 11 is pointing to 11, it's pointing to 6. Well, of course, the 6 could be backwards of the 6 could be reversed and turned into a 9, indicating 9/11 or 11/9, November 9th. It's a possibility. I know it's reaching. Of course, there's one that we already know about, that they did tell you in advance on The Simpsons that there would be a 9/11 event, as you've all seen that. So they did tell you ahead of time that that would happen. And then, of course, the other one was, I'm going to show it to you again in case you haven't seen it, but I know most of you have seen it. And again, this is pure speculation, but I wonder why they're talking about this. I just don't know. So here you have Homer sitting here, again, pointing at the 6, which could be an upside down 9, pointing at the 11. This clock was blown up from a nuclear explosion. I'm not saying we're going to have a nuclear explosion, but I do know that they tell you stuff in advance, and we have yet to figure out the importance of this 9 or 11 and this 6 on this Simpson clock. So it is a possibility. We just want to keep this in mind. That's all I can say, is keep it in mind that the 25th anniversary of the Berlin Wall, I do not know why she mentioned that. I just do not know. I have not put that together. I did look it up and found out that the November 9th was the actual date that it fell. And I'm only thinking that she's saying a buzzword, that literally it could be the fall of the stock market, and it happens on November 9th. And then when you throw in the Simpson clock too, you throw in the fact that it will not be without significant or downside risk and significant ones. And I really just don't think that what we're seeing in the market right now is what you call significant ones. That's not really that significant on the grand scheme of things when you look at the weekly chart. I mean, that just looks like another correction. Doesn't look like anything massive. But when you look at this weekly chart, you can clearly see we're getting overbought here on the full stochastics, ready to roll over. And here, of course, we've recaptured that line again, that very important rising trend line from the 1074 low. Notice the magic 7s in that. 1074.77. Is that that's 3 7s again? 3 7s in that one. So, but yet that wasn't even the magic 7 year. So I don't know. Maybe there's some buzzwords there to say that we're going to another 777. Maybe she's pointing to that as a low. I don't think so. On a technical point of view, we went down here. We hit this on the monthly chart and rose all the way back up. Closed out the month of October positive, which was absolutely insane that we put in such a long bottoming tail all the way down there to almost tag that 20 period moving average at 1823. The next level of support is again down here at this 1700 area. So should the market go down, I would certainly expect it to find support there. But you know, on the monthly chart, it does not look very bullish to me at all. I mean, this looks like it's ready to go negative, and I just I just can't see any reason for them to expect some massive Christmas rally without a sell-off first. I mean, we are riding this trend line right here up, and it does not look to me like it's going to pierce through this big channel and suddenly go up to 21 or 2200 like a lot of people are expecting. And you can see it's just riding this line. And I don't think it's going to do it. I do not. I still think we're going to have a move down. I don't know how far, but I did want to point that out, to look out for November the 9th as a possible, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but a possible false flag date. Simply, again, based upon what I'm trying to interpret from Christine Lagarde concerning the fall of the Berlin Wall, and the fact that she's talking about significant ones, and I just do not think that the move we've had down so far is what I would call significant. I just don't. And the fact that she has told the truth about the other stuff, we are having a stress test being done, and tapering has already been well timed. They've already got it out of the market. So she's told us a lot of key things, and you know, that's just something I had to get out there and point out. As far as these fake prints, if you ever wondered if some of these fake prints work, I can tell you that they don't always work, but when they do, it's something you should definitely pay attention to. This was my very first fake print that I seen. It showed back on January the 11th, 2010. Showed the market at 1047, down 97 points that day. Yet the Dow was up 45 points. You know, that's about a 1,000-point drop in the Dow. The market was actually trading at about a 6 or 7 point range that day. 1047. Notice that the number 4 plus 7 equals 11. You could literally interpret that as 1111. And so what actually happened at that time from January 11th is that it was told here. This was my first fake print. That was when it was told. And the market actually fell the following 3 or 4 weeks, and fell all the way down and hit that fake print, pierced it just by a few points, which is common. That was the low of the year, and then it rallied from there the rest of the year. So they were telling all the insiders, this is where we're going to take it, and then we're going to reverse it back up. And they did. They reversed it back up the rest of the year. So fake prints generally pierce a little bit, go through it, but strangely, this latest one that we just had has not pierced. It hit to the T, and which is the one that we got back here, 202.45. And you can look at the SPY from yesterday, and I'll bring this over for you here. And you can see that yesterday's high right here, that was 202.45 right there, is what that was on yesterday's high. You can also see here we are making a bear flag. We from the time yesterday to here. We're riding the line right here. If you actually, I drew the line on the SPX, so I do expect some move down tomorrow. If this will change out for me here, and I know I got a lot of trend lines on there, but I do think that we're about ready to head down. How low is another story, but here we go. You see I drew a line right here, this nice little trend line. We're riding it right now, and if we go back up tomorrow, possibly hit this 2020, I don't know if we're going to do it, but I don't think we're going to take out this high. I actually think tomorrow we're probably going to drop. Once we drop and go past that, you can expect that to be your first level, fill that gap, and then then head on down from there. Biggest area here is right here, where this big gap is right here, 1900 1910 area there. That's the biggest one. But everything tells me that so far right now, it looks like we got the top end, at least for the short term, and we should be going down. And we do have to keep our eyes out for November 9th for a possible false flag event which could crash the market. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I do want to point that out, that it is a possibility. So let's just leave it at that. And crap, this thing runs so slow sometimes. Even with my new computer, this thing drives me nuts. Okay, I guess that's it. I just wanted to get this out there to you guys to keep an eye on it and see. I'm not saying 100% that there's going to be a nuclear bomb or anything like that go off on that date, but I do find it strange that again the Simpson clock could be interpreted as 11/9, that the Berlin Wall fell on November 9th, and that just looking at this on a technical basis from November 9th forward, I mean, in the next week, we could see a big nasty move start down. So, and we got the elections, and just a lot of things that could lead to this. So let's keep that in mind and just go from there. And good luck to everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye.